Most people wait. They wait for life to change. They wait for the right time, the right job, the right person, the right moment. They wake up every day hoping something will be different, but they don't change anything. And life doesn't change because you wait. Life changes when you change, not in one loud moment, not in one emotional breakthrough, but quietly, daily, through repetition, through awareness, through small choices made again and again. Bolindas, right now, as you listen to this, you are standing at a silent crossroads. You may not feel it, but it's there. One path leads back to the same life you already know. The same habits, the same reactions, the same excuses. The other path leads forward into a version of you that is calmer, stronger, clearer, and more disciplined. And the distance between those two paths is not years. It's not luck. It's one decision made every day. Every morning you wake up with a clean slate before the world speaks to you, before your phone pulls you in, before noise, pressure, and expectations arrive. That moment is powerful. That moment is sacred. But most people waste it. They give it away without thinking. They check messages before they check their breath. They scroll before they sit. They react before they reflect. And without realizing it, they don't live new days. They relive old ones. When you don't pause, you repeat. When you don't choose, you drift. And when you drift long enough, your life becomes a loop. Same thoughts, same emotions, same outcomes. Not because you are weak, but because you never broke the pattern. You never interrupted the cycle. You never trained your mind before the world trained it for you. This is why so many people feel stuck. Not because they lack dreams, not because they lack intelligence, but because they lack structure. They hope something will change without changing the first hour of their day. They want peace without practicing stillness. They want confidence without keeping promises to themselves. They want focus without removing distractions. The truth is simple. The gap between growth and decay is thin. 1 hour, one habit, one repeated choice. That's arbitrary. That's all it takes to shift momentum. 1 hour of alignment before chaos enters can change the direction of your entire day. And when enough days change, your life follows. When you take time for yourself, not for escape, not for ego, but for alignment, something powerful happens. You stop reacting and start creating. You stop chasing energy and start generating it. You stop listening to the loudest voice around you and start strengthening the voice within you. That's where real transformation begins. Not in emotion, but in structure. Repetition builds identity. Identity shapes behavior. You don't rise by motivation. You rise by programming, by choosing what enters your mind when it is most open, most impressionable. And that moment is always the morning, before the emails, before the noise, before the world starts pulling pieces of you away. Dumb bands. If you want to change your actions, don't start with force. Start with input. Start with what you consume. Start with the environment you wake up into. Feed your mind strength. Feed it clarity. Feed it silence. And over time, it will give you back a new identity. One that doesn't need to try harder because it no longer identifies with weakness. One that doesn't fear slipping because its standards have already shifted. Change doesn't come from what you talk about. It comes from what you repeat. What you do consistently becomes who you are. No matter how far you feel from where you want to be, you are always one morning away from getting back on track. But you must start now, not someday, not when you feel ready. Now, Bensti, the world will never stop demanding your attention. But if you give yourself to yourself first every day, you won't just survive. You'll lead. You'll rise. You'll move with purpose while others move with panic. People say they want peace. They want confidence. They want focus. But these are not accidents. They are not gifts. They are trained. Peace is built in silence, not just outer silence, but inner silence, the kind you protect, the kind you defend, the kind that allows you to hear yourself again. Confidence is not loud. It's earned. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you send a message to your mind that says, I can trust myself. That trust becomes strength, not from applause, not from validation, But from consistency, focus is not talent. It's discipline. It's choosing again and again to pull your attention back. At first, your mind resists. It runs. It distracts. But over time, it learns. And when your mind learns to settle, your work deepens, your thoughts sharpen, and your presence becomes powerful. Discipline is not exciting. It doesn't care how you feel, but it is reliable. And when you build it, your life stops being controlled by emotion. You stop negotiating with your moods. You start moving with intention. Every day you are being programmed, either by the world or by yourself. There is no neutral state. Everything you watch, hear, scroll, and consume is shaping you. If you don't choose your inputs, the world will choose them for you. And slowly, without noticing, you forget what clarity feels like. But you can take it back, not in one day, not perfectly, but deliberately. Start by choosing one thing every morning that sharpens you instead of numbing you. One moment of stillness, one message of clarity, one ritual that reminds you who you are before the world tells you who to be. Ben, you were not born to be overwhelmed. That constant pressure, that fatigue, that chaos is not your natural state. It's a result of drift, of neglect, of forgetting how to be still. Your mind was not built to chase everything. Your soul was not designed to be split into pieces. Dominance. When you return to stillness, even for a few minutes, something changes. Your breath deepens, your body softens, your thoughts slow, and you remember something important. You are not your fear. You are not your past. You are the one who chooses, and when you live this way, life responds, not magically, but practically. People feel your presence, your words carry weight, your energy speaks before you do. Opportunities come because you are ready, not because you asked. If this message resonates, don't let it be a moment. Let it be a practice. Come back to it. Let it guide your first breath, your first thought, your first decision. Over time, you won't need reminders. You will become the reminder. So take action now. Protect your mornings. Choose your inputs. Train your mind daily. Subscribe, stay connected, and commit to this path of quiet strength and consistent growth. Not for attention, not for approval, but for alignment. May you wake up with clarity. May your mind grow calmer and stronger each day. May your discipline become natural and your confidence unshakable. May you build a life you respect and a future you are proud of. Stay focused, stay consistent, and keep moving forward.